I'm Joe.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Bart.
I'm Gio, and you're watching AskTheFeels. And today we have a question from I Fuck Your Girl.
I fuck your girl.
Motherfucker.
Hey guys, sometimes when I'm not in the mood to have sex, my boyfriend pushes me and does it anyways. When I ask him to stop, he says it turns him on even more. It sometimes gets physical, and I feel like I have no say in this relationship. How do I stop this?
Wow.
Oh my god.
That sounds like he gets really off on playing rape in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't think he's actually doing it, but he's actually raping her.
Yep.
Damn.
There's absolutely no other way of putting it. Like, it's non-consensual. It's rape. It's not cool. Your partner probably has a lot to learn in consent. I think you should get out of that situation ASAP because, I mean, BDSM is the most consensual, which is bondage discipline, 50 Shades of Grey, where you use some type of violence or force as a part of the play, but it is the most consented upon thing possible. There's safe words involved, like there's agreements that are done before, and you never at any point do you force yourself on anybody. So you can enjoy rough sex, you can enjoy that. Rape fetish is a massive category online. A lot of people are into it, but when you start actually doing that with non-consenting partners, it's not a fetish, it's just rape, and it's not acceptable or cool, and you have every right to go to the authorities if you want to, but definitely confront that person, get out of that situation, and encourage them to get help.
He probably thinks that because you guys are a couple, he has access to your vagina 24/7.
Yeah. I mean, what would be like the first step?
Well, it's not to blame women or the victim, but I think in a lot of cases, the way that it's communicated to men, the severity of how much they don't want it and all that stuff, a lot of the times it's not said where the guy understands. Where a guy has to be given a hardcore, straight up, clear, hey, don't fuck me, I don't want this. Mm-hmm. Versus like, I kind of don't feel like it today, or like, I don't.
Like, no.
Or like, and he's like, come on, like, it's fun. He's like, oh, I like it when you play like that. And he goes, no, I don't really, okay, fine. Or like, it's a very like, it's a difference between I don't want to fuck and, well, maybe I just don't feel like it today. I'm not in the mood.
She said she was pushing him off.
But what if the girl is like, because we have friends like this who are non-confrontational and they don't want to ruffle any feathers.
I think what happens is because sometimes like the girls, they're being too thoughtful and they might be rejecting while still not hurting the guy's feelings in mind. So when that comes off, it doesn't seem like a hard no. It seems like if I push enough, I can convince her otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's like she's playing hard to get, or maybe she might enjoy this, or like, you know what, it's fun because she's my girlfriend, but at the same time, she's resisting, or like, it's...
Because you can't, like, you're not going to do that with like a robber. Like a burglar comes in, you're like, no,
you
don't
might not
rob
wanna
me.
take
Not today. You're like, no, don't rob me. Stop. So if everything in your relationship, you could do that, but then if you don't want him to pursue it any further, I think that's when you need to really draw the line.
I feel like in this case, there's nothing you could do different. You said no, you pushed the person off, you've had the dialogue, it's a repeat offense. 80% of sexual assaults happen by a known attacker, and it's some bullshit because in school we're like, it's when a stranger puts something in your drink, or like when you're walking home and a white van pulls up, and that just rarely happens. Most of the time, it's someone you know and you trusted. And when I had this experience when I was 17 years old and somebody violated my right to have a say in whether or not they entered my body, it took me a long time because it was someone close to me to classify that as rape because I didn't want to. I'm like, I could have done this, I could have done that, No, I didn't say yes. I said no. I was clear. That person pushed. That situation was a non-consensual rape. And when you can like own that shit, you don't even want to be a part of that anymore for yourself. So stop, give yourself permission to, in this circumstance, like be the victim, but you don't want to stay in a victim situation.
Yeah, you want to get out of that immediately because what he's doing is not right. But I guess what my point is if you're beating around the bush, then it's not getting to him. You have to really stand your ground and tell him no. And if that doesn't work, then you gotta go ahead and
kick him in the nuts.
Exactly.
And that's like a parent thing too as well.
Yeah.
Like, do your parents ever talk to you guys about like consent, like for dudes?
Nope.
Like, they never said.
Not in my family. They don't even talk about sex in general though.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like a lot of people most guys have like common sense. Most guys know that like if a girl doesn't want it, it's obvious that she doesn't want it, right? But then there's some guys out there that just they don't get it. You know, for them it's a game, and they don't know the severity of how bad of what they're doing. And some guys just think like just because they're in a relationship, from then on they can fuck as much as possible.
Yeah, it happens in marriage all the time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop until you get strongly vocal about that, whether that's through action or that is, through verbal, and remove yourself in that situation until that person gets help, and it's for the best for them as well too. Saying nothing and getting out, that's also awful, because then the next person that they get involved with, they continue to think that's okay.
Yeah.
So you have to like really stand up, not just for yourself, but for all women around the world.
For sure. And if you can't do it, get help.
Thank you for watching, guys. To stay updated on the latest episodes of Ask the Feels, don't forget to subscribe. And for the last video, click over here. Bam, 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 bam.
You know what? Your ex is a straight up punk ass bitch.
That's so true.
He wasn't down. He wasn't gonna really kill himself. He manipulated you into thinking that he was actually going to kill himself, because I think most people will end up thanking you for helping them in a time of need and all that shit, instead of like blaming you that you almost got him caught for a life in prison. It's like, what the fuck?
It's not your fault he makes wrong decisions.